The film begins with a swimming competition where many girls are participating. Haley is performing the best, but suddenly thoughts start to flood her mind, slowing her down and causing her to lose the competition. This leaves her very upset. We learn she is still depressed about her parents' divorce. Even though many years have passed, she is very attached to her father, but her mother won custody. Even now, she remembers her father's words. When he trained her as a child, he always taught her to never show her sadness to anyone or let them feel sorry for her defeat. Because of this, she keeps away from everyone. As she gets her clothes from her locker and starts to change, her phone rings. It is a call from her sister. She says that the town where they used to live has been put on a high emergency alert. A severe storm and a huge flood are expected. It is said to be so bad that the entire town will be destroyed. The worrying part is that their father is trapped in the storm. Haley, who is very close to her father, gets upset by this news and decides to go to the town to rescue him. Now, because the town is under an emergency, no one is allowed to enter. However, Haley tells the police that she is only going to rescue her father and will leave the town soon. The police give her permission to enter the town and also note down her details so that if Haley doesn't return within an hour, they can rescue her. Haley leaves after giving the police the addresses of all the places she might go. She goes to her house, where she discovers that the whole area is completely flooded, and soon even the first floor of her house is covered in water. Even there, she tries to call her father again, but he still doesn't answer. Haley quickly goes inside and calls out to him, but he doesn't respond. After checking the whole house, Haley only finds their dog. She notices open alcohol bottles and items from her childhood scattered around. There, Haley also sees a picture of her and her father from when he used to train her in swimming. Seeing this makes Haley even more emotional. She suddenly remembers that her father must be at their old house. She quickly gets in the car and heads there. Once there, Haley screams for her dad, but he's nowhere to be found. She calls his phone again and finds it on the sink. She now knows that her dad must be somewhere nearby. Just then, she notices her dog barking at the basement door. She realizes he must be inside. Without thinking, she goes down to get him, not knowing about the terrible danger she's walking into. She doesn't even realize her dog is warning her about a threat. When she gets to the basement, Haley sees blood on the pipes. The sight scares her, and she calls out for him in a panic. She knows her dad is there and in trouble. While moving under the pipes, she finds her father, who is badly injured and unconscious. His leg bone is broken and sticking out. At this point, her father is completely unconscious. She tries to wake him up, but he doesn't wake up, so she drags him away. But just then, a huge alligator appears from the water and attacks them. It is so shocking and sudden for Haley that she is left breathless. The alligator is happy to see its prey. Before it can attack, Haley drags her father to safety under the pipes. These pipes are in a space so narrow that the alligator can't get close to them. And for the moment, they are safe. The alligator waits for them for a long time, and when it realizes it can't catch them, it leaves. As soon as it leaves, Haley tries to wake her father. She collects some of the floodwater in her shirt and gives it to him. He wakes up. Haley really wants to get him upstairs as soon as possible, but his leg is in such bad shape that she can't put any pressure on it. She can't carry him upstairs alone, so she decides to go for help. But she realizes her phone is on the other side of the pipes where the alligators are. Bravely, she goes back through the pipes to get it. But before she can get back, an alligator attacks her and badly bites one of her legs. While Haley struggles to free her leg, her phone falls. She frees her leg and reaches the other side, only to find that her phone has been crushed by the alligator. Now she has no way to call for help. Another alligator attacks her. To escape, Haley stabs a nearby sharp object in its eye and runs to her father. Haley's leg is badly hurt and bleeding a lot. She finds a nearby rope and ties it tightly to stop the bleeding. Then, with her father, she tries to find another way out. By this time, the basement is completely flooded. Through a basement window, Haley sees 3 men running away after robbing an ATM. Haley shouts for help, and luckily, one man sees her. Before he can get close enough to help, the huge alligators attack and kill the man right in front of Haley. Blood fills the water. Haley notices that the man's 2 friends are also standing nearby. She tries to warn them about the alligators, but the men ignore her and continue their work. Just then, 2 more alligators arrive and kill them both. Haley is terrified, thinking they might not survive. But her dad tells her about another way out. When she tries to open it, it won't move because a very heavy piece of furniture is blocking it. She tells her dad, "This door won't open, and I think we'll have to escape through this drainage pipe to save ourselves." But Haley's dad tells her that the alligators also entered the house through the same drainage pipe. Haley's fear grows. But then their luck changes. The police officer who had taken their addresses earlier has come to rescue them. Seeing him, Haley feels relieved, and now, at the top of her voice, Haley shouts to him. Her dad joins her in shouting, which gets the officer's attention. Without wasting any time, the officer also enters the house. He is about to go down to the basement to rescue them. But then Haley's dad warns the officer not to come down because there are alligators in the basement. The officer is unable to understand what he is saying. As soon as the officer comes down, an alligator opens its mouth wide and swallows the officer, killing him. Haley thinks she can save him, so she tries to go to him, but she soon realizes that the officer has been killed by the alligators. The other officer, who was standing outside, is suddenly attacked by alligators, who tear him apart. His blood flows into the water and he too dies a horrible death. Haley, in shock at the loss of both officers, runs to her dad to calm herself down and begins to cry. Her dad comforts her and tells her, "You can't give up. You always did things that seemed impossible. Remember, as a child, you learned to swim underwater for a long time. You could hold your breath for a very long time, something normal people can't do. But then, you were determined to do it. And then, before the next competition, you practiced so much that you finally set a record for holding your breath. You never gave up, and you won't give up today either." After he encourages her, they both make a plan to escape. The water has filled up so much that only their faces are visible. If they hadn't started their plan soon, they could have died there. The plan was dangerous. But Haley's dad said it was better to die trying than to die like this. With that, they set off to distract the alligators while Haley tried to escape through the drain pipe. Outside, Haley's dad was hitting the alligator that was chasing Haley. Meanwhile, another alligator arrives, and what it does to her father is not shown. However, inside the pipe, Haley sees more alligators who are sleeping. She also finds the bodies of several people the alligators had hunted and brought there, including the body of the officer they had attacked from outside. Haley quickly grabs the officer's gun and is about to run when the alligator behind her wakes up and bites her hand before she can climb out. Haley fires the gun into the alligator's mouth, which kills it instantly. After freeing herself, she goes into a small drainage pipe that opens to the outside. Along the way, she finds another alligator which swims after her. But Haley manages to escape before it and saves herself by closing the drainage hole. To get inside, she breaks a nearby chair and smashes a window. Once inside, she first moves the furniture away from the basement door which had stopped her from opening it earlier. Her dad is already waiting there. However, because Haley took so long to get there, Haley's dad begins to suffocate and pass out. Because he is unconscious, he starts to sink. But Haley catches him just in time and using all her strength slowly pulls him up to the top floor of the house. At this point, her dad's eyes are open, but he isn't speaking or breathing. For a minute, Haley thinks he is dead. Her whole world falls apart. She tries everything to save her dad. She presses on his chest. She gives him CPR. But when everything fails, Haley breaks down. She had fought so hard and faced so many dangers to save her dad's life. But if this was going to happen in the end, what was the point of it all? Haley lays her head on her dad's chest and cries. Then, her dad wakes up, and Haley is relieved to see that her dad is still alive. Haley is very happy, but this is not the time to celebrate. Haley's dad tells her, "We have to get out of here now." Outside, they see the city is more than half flooded. Buildings are half underwater. In the distance, there is a boat that the officers had used to try and rescue Haley and her dad. The two of them plan to escape using that boat. But since they already know there are alligators underwater, bringing the boat there, or even getting close to it, could be very dangerous. At this point, they are both underwater. An alligator swims right past Haley, and by holding her breath, she makes the alligator think she is dead. The alligator doesn't notice her, and the danger is avoided. As she looks underwater, she sees tons of alligators. She looks at her father, who still encourages her, saying, "You can swim faster than all these alligators." Hearing this, Haley goes underwater and starts swimming. Her fast swimming causes several alligators to chase her, but before any of them can attack her, she climbs onto the boat. She starts the boat and brings it towards her dad. Her dad climbs aboard with his dog, and now, finally, they are safe. They are about to leave the city on this boat. But then, a huge storm wave pushes their boat, and it crashes back into their own house, the very house they had just escaped from. Now trapped inside, Haley's dad gets off the boat again and begins gathering useful items. There he finds some flares, which he picks up to signal for help. Meanwhile, Haley finds a police walkie-talkie that was dropped in the water. She uses this radio to call for help. She hears her dad screaming from the other side. It turns out that an alligator had attacked her dad and badly injured his arm. Her dad is underwater. Haley can't find him, but thanks to the flares in his hand, she spots him. Haley's dad had lit one, turning the water pink. Haley rescues her dad, but the alligators are now chasing her. She cleverly manages to get the alligator into the bathroom, then moves to the side and traps it in the shower, saving herself. Haley has just gotten out when she hears sirens and a helicopter. Finally, someone has arrived to rescue them. Haley tells her dad to quickly go up, as they can't go up together, otherwise the alligators will come after them. Haley takes a flare from her dad's hand and tries to signal the helicopter. But because of the light, alligators also spot her and come to attack her. Dodging this alligator once again, Haley manages to get out of the house. Outside, the water has risen so high that even the roof of their house is underwater. Haley has lost all her strength. She's losing her balance, and even climbing onto the roof has become difficult. But then her dad helps her, holding her hand and pulling her up to the roof. Both breathe a sigh of relief and then light their flares, which helps the helicopter that arrived to find their location. And so the movie ends with the two of them, with the hope that they have finally been rescued.